Hi, I'm Duncan O'Donnell and I'm going to share a step-by-step procedure I've used to earn over $200,000 a year from home. This can be used by accountants, analysts, administrators, engineers, managers, or anyone else who uses Microsoft Excel for their job. But, that's right, there is a but. You must be reasonably capable at using Excel and be disciplined to learn more. So chances are, if you're still watching this video, you're more talented than me and will get better results than I ever could. Now let's think about what you could do with all that money. Okay, let's be realistic. You're going to be nowhere near as good as Leonardo DiCaprio at using Microsoft Excel. So your boat's going to look more something like this. But hey, you're going to visit some kick-ass locations in that boat. Before I crack into the procedure, I want to share my story to give a bit of context. I spent the first 8 years of my career operating down here. I was doing way too much work that made my boss look good. I then learnt some special skills in Excel which allowed me to operate immediately up here. My boss was loving the work that I was doing, so I was able to continue developing my skills and career opportunities during work time. So this all started one day when I sent out a spreadsheet and decided to add in a few tools. So I created my own tab with a few custom tools and sent the spreadsheet out to the team. All I was really trying to do was engrave my name into the spreadsheet so other people couldn't take credit for the work I was doing. Now in this example, I obviously couldn't use company data because it's confidential, so I've used the latest coronavirus statistics and created a similar looking report. As you can see, there's many graphs in this report, which is quite tedious for the user to scroll through. So I've created a few tools that allow the user to directly access the graph by clicking the button. If I press Alt F11, I can access the code. Now for those of you who haven't coded in Excel VBA before, it's very easy to learn. It comes free with Excel, so if you've already got Microsoft Excel, you have VBA installed already. So when the user presses the button, it takes you directly to this procedure and executes the code line by line, where it first establishes what button is pressed with these if statements, and then executes the action as the single line of code. For example, if a user presses the button labeled total cases, then it takes the user to this cell located on the sheet, which is exactly where that graph is located. It's that simple. The first time I showed this to my boss, I wasn't sure what his reaction would be. He said, "Did Microsoft help you develop this?" And I said, "What? Of course not." What I've done is I've done some special training that allows me to build tools in Excel to save time by automating tasks that people would normally do in Excel, Word, or Outlook, all from Excel. Next week, I'm called into a meeting with senior management, and they said, "Look, Duncan, this is great. This is just what the company's looking for. Can you build more of these tools?" And I'd only ever written a few single lines of code in VBA, so my natural reaction was, "Yeah, of course I can, piece of cake." Over the next couple of years, I learnt VBA, built my confidence, and built more and more powerful tools. The first tools I created were simple navigation tools similar to the ones I just shown you. I then built tools to analyze data and correct data errors. The next set of tools that I built allowed the user to generate PDF, Excel, and Word reports all from Excel. The next set of tools that I created allowed you to manage the files that you were creating from Excel. And finally, I produced some tools that allows the user to automatically send emails from Excel. When I was working as a maintenance coordinator, I was earning $78,000 a year. After the first year of building these tools, I estimated that I was saving the company at least $40,000 a year. I used this to negotiate a $5.3 thousand pay increase, which was twice as much as what I got the previous year. The second year of building tools, I estimated that they were saving the company over $150,000 a year, and I managed to negotiate a $6.3 thousand pay increase. I then had an epiphany. These tools that automatically analyze data, correct errors, allow you to generate reports and manage files from Excel that can be used by any company in any industry. So I decided to go out on my own and create a company that specializes in delivering these tools for companies. The first year of operating, I got $110,000 profit. Second year of operating, $195,000 profit. And the third year, $216,000 profit. And look how happy my family is.
Do you like your new toys?
Oh, well, you can't keep everyone happy. Now, when I look back at it, the interesting thing was that there were other people in the company that could code an Excel VBA better than me. But how I got management's attention and the specific opportunity was how I presented my tools. You see, everyone else were using these ugly grey buttons designed from Microsoft 30 years ago, whereas I created my own professional looking tab. And because people use this ribbon interface for all Microsoft standard tools, people expect what happens up here works, unlike down here, which these buttons look like something from a student looking project. Okay, enough of the foreplay. Let's crack into the step-by-step procedure. The first step, next time you send out a spreadsheet to your team, add a few tools. Now these tools need to be designed to save the team time, they need to be simple to use, and most importantly, they need to be easy for you to build. You want to be able to grow in confidence, so the first set of tools you build don't need to be too difficult. I highly recommend using navigational tools. They can be as simple as a single line of code and are very convenient to the user. You can build navigational tools to take you to specific locations in the workbook, to open up specific files or folder on your computer, change the screen zoom, or open up a web page. You really want to include your name in the tab, as this is going to be a key promotional tool for your expertise. However, if for whatever reason you're unable to put your name in the tab, at least choose a name that pinpoints it to you as a developer. Before you distribute this spreadsheet to your team, you need to test that it works. And I also recommend sending it to a friendly colleague to trial and get their feedback. The second step involves demonstrating your tools to the team and getting feedback. So next time you have a team meeting, on a computer screen, demonstrate the tools that you've created and how it saves the team time. Then ask, is this useful? Now think about it from their perspective. Some person has just created a personalized tab with powerful buttons to save them time for their job. Of course they're going to love this. They're probably going to ask you to build more tools, which is exactly what you want. As scary as these suggestions may seem, because you've got no idea how to build them, never say no straight away. You can just say, I think that's possible, and let me look into it. And that way you've kept your options open. So many times people have suggested things that have made me shit myself because I've had no idea how to deliver it. But after some searching, some thinking about it, 99% of the time I've found a way to do it. Now remember, the purpose of this meeting is to get permission to spend more time building your tools and developing your career opportunities. So ideally, them asking you to build more tools is perfect, but even if they just give you positive feedback, that's a good result as well. That means the team values what you've done and won't be surprised to see you building more of these tools during work time. Step 3, learn and build. A good starting point is to Google Excel VBA plus whatever you're trying to achieve. So for example, if we're trying to create Word reports from Excel, we might Google this. It's amazing how much free resources available online. 95% of the time, you'll be able to find free code that you can literally copy and paste and just tweak a wee bit, or you'll find a comprehensive guide of how to write your code. Step 4. Keep building more and more tools. This step involves repeating steps 2 and 3 over and over again, so you build tools, get feedback, and build more tools. Over time, you will grow in confidence and start building more and more powerful tools. Step 5, silently promote your services externally. So once your tools are comprehensive and you think they're attractive to external parties, you want to promote them externally in a way that your company doesn't know that you're doing this. The first thing you're going to want to do is a training video. Mention to your manager that you can do a training video for the team that shows anyone how to use your tools. You're going to want to focus on not only how to use the tools, but how people can benefit from them. Upload it on YouTube as public. If your manager complains, just say, "Oh, bugger, I thought I was going to upload that as private. Let me fix that." But if you're lucky enough that you can upload it as public, your promotion is happening every single day without you having to do anything. And if you later decide to go out on your own as a consultant, this video is going to serve as an excellent marketing tool. You also want to offer to create a simple user guide for your tools. Try to make this concise so people want to read it and that it's easy to share to other people. You want to also strip out as much confidential company information as possible so people might be tempted to share it with external parties. You're going to want to network with external parties as much as possible, particularly managers with financial control. Talk about these cool tools that you've created. Talk about how they've saved your team time and the value it's had to your company. If they show a particular interest and really want to see your tools, you may want to take a risk and offer to send them a link via text of your training video. Remember, the most important part of this step is to not let anyone know your strategy of marketing externally. Step 6 is negotiate. So now that your tools are comprehensive and working really well, if your company hasn't given you a pay increase or a promotion that you're happy with, it's time to negotiate. You first want to estimate the amount of resource that these tools save the company every year and use that to negotiate a pay increase or a promotion. If you're not happy with what your company has offered you, then it's time to more actively market yourself externally. One thing I haven't mentioned is how difficult it was for me to create my first ribbon. So like many people, I used Excel's customized ribbon tool to create the ribbon, to only find out that the ribbon is not saved in the workbook but saved to my computer, meaning it's not shareable and is useless. I decided to build my own tools with XML code. After 2 weeks of a hard slog, I learned XML and my ribbon was ready to share with the team. So in other words, 99.9% of people don't have access to create their own ribbon and get the opportunities that I had because it's too damn difficult. And when I consider the importance this has had for my career, it became my mission to create a system that was so simple to use that anyone can create their own ribbon in minutes. So I built Easy Ribbon Builder. There's a version that's free to download, and this gives you complete access to all features, except it limits you to 15 clickable buttons. So we're now going to do an example of building our first simple spreadsheet to send to our team using Easy Ribbon Builder Professional. You first of all want to download Easy Ribbon Builder from easyribbonbuilder.com and then open it up. This takes you to this spreadsheet where you complete this simple sheet to set the configuration of your ribbon. It sets the position of your ribbon tab and the configuration of the buttons. Once you've finished that, click the Done button. This takes you to the next stage where you complete a simple spreadsheet for each group of buttons to set their appearance. Once you've finished that, click the Done button. In this next stage, you will add whatever content you need to the spreadsheet. So you will first add any sheets you need and hide this help sheet. When you have finished adding content, press Alt F11 to edit the code inside this procedure to set the actions that happen whenever your buttons are clicked. Regardless of what tools you are building, you will always need a set of if statements to establish what button is pressed and the action code for each of these. And that's it. We've created our first spreadsheet to send to our team. Now, if you want to supercharge your career, you need to download Easy Ribbon Builder for free, or if you're a busy person who doesn't muck around, get the Pro version for only $44 from easyribbonbuilder.com. If you know anyone who can benefit from this video, spread the love by sharing it with them.